Thank you all so much again for being here and for sharing this space with me. I, as I mentioned, but I will introduce myself formally. My name is Leah Precious Thunder Warrior. My pronouns are they, them, and I am currently living on Pequot territory, Pawgasset land, which is also known as Connecticut, ironically, which is also an indigenous name, but it's specifically Pequot land. I've been doing this work, I want to say, for about 15 years now, something a little over 15 perhaps, but actually holding these spaces for almost 2 years now. And so grateful again to those who have been returning folks. It's really a miracle to have you here and to be sharing with you. Beyond that, my background and what I'm pulling from is that I was initiated in the Mayan tradition under the four Jaguar Balams. That's where I got my medicine name. And my work pulls from my ancestry of mixing what is basically a little bit of Celtic, a little bit of Slavic, a little bit of Norse, and then from the other side of my family working with ancient Babylon and the conversation, as I like to say, that it was having with ancient Egypt at the time, since they were basically kind of practicing magic and sharing documents the entire time that they were around. So I do a lot of other full moon circles, and I also do alchemical work. I recommend, if you feel called, to check me out for the spring equinox, which will be on Sunday, and then our second ever alchemical circle, which is only an hour instead of 2, which is next Wednesday. But enough self-promotion. Let's actually talk about what we're here to do today. So it is the full moon in Virgo. And as I said, I'm actually very excited because I am a Virgo, and I've really, especially as I've been doing this business, I've had a lot of exploration into what does Virgo kind of mean and what rules Virgo and how is Virgo kind of experienced and meant to be experienced, kind of working on the awareness and the magical awareness of what that all entails. So I think that it's very important to talk a little bit about it. And we will throughout the circle, but basically Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And as I've mentioned in previous circles, Mercury is this very interesting figure. He is kind of a nonconformist, and he's all about liminal space, moving in between. He is about, carrying the living into the dead, and is the ruler of magic. If we look at the tarot, Virgo is the magician and the hermit. So it's actually very much about working with the practice of magic. And every ruler of Mercury is a ruler of magic. Hermes watches over magicians. Thoth, Tehot of the Egyptian tradition, is the magician and the alchemist. Odin is also, he's the keeper of, basically, he and his wife Frigg both keep the Seder seers. And Odin himself is sometimes a seer as well, even though that's usually a woman's place. He also moves into a kind of nonconformist place where he is also a seer. And so there's also this kind of, as we have the triple goddess, we work as well with the triple god, which is the young man with Hermes, the sort of adult, the father, perhaps the sorcerer with Thoth. And then we have you might call him the, I guess, the hermit, the sage, Odin. And Enki is the Babylonian equivalent, or Enki and Nabu. And they are sort of in between kind of the alchemist place and the hermit. They sort of are kind of middle-aged men themselves. But you're not entirely obligated to work with masculine energy today. If you want, we can also work with Artemis, who is herself a nonconformist and kind of doesn't need to listen to anybody, and is nonetheless a lunar figure, and also one who kind of like the energy of Virgo sort of has decided to, remain kind of without a relationship, right? And we're going to be respecting her as well and calling her in. And we'll talk more about that during the time. So I guess the final things that I will talk about is the astrology of the moment. Yes, I love Artemis too. I know she's amazing. I loved her. I think she was one of the first that always spoke to me in terms of the deities. So I much appreciate that. Um, so we'll talk a little bit about the astrology of the moment, which is this Virgo full moon, and what it'll feel like to be with a Virgo full moon. It's really happening tomorrow, but you can feel a full moon's energy 48 hours before and after an event. So it's fully aligned that we do this today. And then if you want, you can do some crazy ritual in the forest tomorrow if that feels like what you want to do. So the world is your oyster. And this kind of, I think, will open us up to the actual kind of crowning of the full moon, so to speak. But working with the energy of Virgo full moon is really an offering of challenging us in a way to confront where our perfectionism is actually hiding or thwarting our movement forward. And actually, in a sense, where are we assuming that we must act because our brain is kind of telling us that we have to, but we need to stop? Like, where's the overaction and where's the underaction as well? But specifically, where's the overaction and how can we explore that today? This is really about going in with a deep dive to unroot, kind of mind. And we're going to be talking a lot about body mind today and thinking about, well, when you're with Virgo energy, you're not just earthed, because Mercury, though he was a fertility being first, he is also, he kind of has all elements in him, but he flies. And Thoth Tehot is a bird man. So he's an ibis. So these are airy earth energies. It's about the mind as it moves through the body. It's about kind of thinking about the nerves and therefore the nervousness. And so how do we become aware of ourself as self-worth and as deserving, as we are kind of becoming aware of body mind and of nerves? So this is going to be an exploration that might run deep for some, but it's also, I think, going to be very powerful. And as I said, there's a lot of joy. And I think other people were feeling that as well, kind of like, it's actually not a negative energization, energization. It really is joyful. And I found myself in preparing this sometimes playing two songs at once over each other in kind of an interesting way, because I think there's this like plurality of happiness where it's like I'm working and I'm happy and I'm really moving with kind of the full thinking self, but that might just be me, and that's okay too. So I think the other thing is, as we are working with this, yes, and as we're moving through Pisces season, Virgo full moon is also highly supported by Neptune today. And so Neptune, of course, ruler of Pisces, is a planet of spiritual growth and often helps accelerate our development of not only our intuition and our third eye, but kind of the connection to the gut feelings and the connection to the inner voice. And so I think that this is a really perfect reweaving of kind of owning mind self, body mind self, and also owning intuitive self, and working with the magic of Mercury, as well as the emotional, that is not just full moon work, but in this case also working with Neptune and working with kind of the watery, the unusual, the dreamy, the psychic. So this is really all about becoming more settled into self and grounded into self through our power and through our emotions and through just a realization of our true self-worth. And so as we're here, I welcome us all to give yourself permission to disconnect from all perfectionism and instead constantly be reinstating the value of yourself. I think we're almost ready to get started. The last thing that I will say before we begin, well, one fun astrological fact was that Venus and Mars are kind of doing something very cute, at least in the sky, where they're kind of kissing, which I think is really sweet. I think it's about a lot of bringing in kind of the full passion and romance of the self right now. And I think that's why it's sort of harmonious and happy to be with this full moon in Virgo, because we are literally kind of passionately coming into the self. So that's very sweet. And then I just invite you all, as I said in the beginning as well, if you can stay, to please stay till the end, as the first, oh, I see some folks in the chat. I'll read that before we begin. But if you can stay until the end, please do. The first will be kind of a healing experience, and then we have a break. And on the break, I actually have some really exciting intermission music, which when I played it became kind of like the chorus of Artemis around me. And I really like world music and kind of going into what sounds very old and very magical. So I am excited to share that with you even during our intermission today. And then afterwards, we will be doing the spirit work. And so if you are here for spirit work, you will no doubt find a lot of use in the foundation that we will have with the first meditation, but you'll really be missing out if you miss the second one. So I coach you lightly, I suppose, to stay if you can. And yes, NASA launched Artemis today. How amazing is that? I didn't even know. That's perfect. And here she is for us. She's really here for us. And I had an amazing vision, which is part of what I'm sharing for our meditation today with her. And she's here for us. She absolutely is. Yeah, feminine women based people working with masculine gods, it's important to us too. I know there's the balance, so I won't speak too much on my own gender, but we each have our expression of how we see ourselves, right? And it's hard to say what each and every person's balance is going to be. Some person is going to say, I'm really femme, and that's important to me. And some are going to say, I'm really masculine, and that's important to me. And, balance for them is going to look very different from someone who feels like sometimes I have feminine days and some days I have tomboy days, or, times I have, my masculine days, and sometimes I have like my pretty days, whatever feels like the right language for you. And I'm not prescribing anything to anyone, but I agree that it's good to work with the balance of the different deities. And wherever I go, the nonconformists find me. So I always feel happy when they come to me and they say, you're yourself, listen to yourself. And that's really what they're here to say for you too. I mean, it's really wonderful because Mercury and Artemis are both nonconformists as themselves. Him, him being more of a feminine sometimes figure, and a she, her being more of kind of a masculine figure. So you don't have to call that in, but it is available to you if you want. And we'll be talking a little bit about the end about finding some balance. So if you want to, it's there for you. And yeah, I could talk about that forever, but unfortunately it might be a different circle, but that's okay. So let's get the music started, please, as we begin our first meditation. And thank you to those who are here. Hello to anyone who is watching on the Facebook Live. Oh, I see a bunch of people. Thank you. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Music, please. Yes, and hello, and welcome to everyone on the chat. Welcome. It was beautiful, and yes, the world is changing. Thank you. Thank you for the shout outs. Thank you for being here. Okay. Okay. Hearts. All right. So let us now all begin welcoming our energy back into ourselves. Welcoming in an awareness of our natural breath right now, as we are today working towards a new way of being and an awareness not just of our breath, but an awareness of the heart that is within us. And now we will begin to take a few mindful breaths together. I will coach you through it. And so when I say 9, you will breathe in. And when I say 9, you will breathe out. 9, breathe in. And 9, breathe out. And 9, breathe in. And 9, breathe out. As we are welcoming in the vibration of 9, we are allowing it to end all energies before this moment. Welcoming in an ending of all that is not right now. As we breathe into the stomach, and we will breathe out fully, almost to the top of our head. Breathing in, 9. Breathing out, 9. 9. 9. And we'll do one more here. 9. And 9. We can return to normal, to our normal breath. As we welcome to us a kind of earthed self now, welcoming in a deep, quiet, We are welcoming in our matter-of-fact selves, no nonsense self, simplicity of all things, being the power that we welcome in today. Acknowledging that sometimes we do overthink and we are lost in our thoughts, but that as we welcome in the power of this Virgo full moon, we are welcoming in the understanding that the other half of the mind is the body, and that in our wholeness, we are body, mind. So we are allowing ourselves to go deep into this mastery of body, mind today. We are finding and realigning ourselves to the magic within, and allowing for ourselves to simply be here for our best and highest good, and for the self that feels excitement and joy and feels a kind of peace on the path of many signs and symbols that speak to our magical reawakening and realignment. As we are realigning now to become masters of the body-mind. And we are grounded, joyful of our lives planted deeply in this earth, excited by the possibility of receiving more of this physical world today, and conscious as well of the spirits, stars, and beings beyond the vision of the waking eye, as we are opening root and crown chakras, We activate now an awareness and awakening of the great pulse of the earth beneath our feet. Feeling the life that is her, that is him. The many voices of the earth's consciousness. In earth consciousness is flowers and trees and great green mosses and mushrooms, and the spirit of all those who have fed the earth in the great circle of life, the humans, the chatter of animals, coming into the awareness of their existence together as we are together. The earth turns and turns, moving in a wheel around the sun, and the moon a wheel around the earth, and all things are alive. They are experiencing and they are seeing. Voices of all things on this earth together, singing, reawakening so that together their voices may speak to us in the song of the great beauty of this earth beneath us. Let us not reject our own voice within this song. For failure, success, sadness, and happiness are all a part of the experience that we are meant to have, and are all notes and lyrics to this song of destiny, this purposeful master plan that is written through the thoughts and feelings and emotions, not just of others, but of ourselves. And we allow ourselves to become grounded through the multitude of emotions and experience that is this song of the earth, welcoming in a smile of inner wisdom, of the dream of our reality, and the joy of our everyday. For through this song that we are experiencing is a heartbeat as well, mirrored in our heartbeat. The thrum and drum of the lifeblood of all things within us. And it moves all of us. And we are now going to bring in a cleansing of the self and a grounding, a healing to the self, so that self-awareness is also a self-kindness, a self-recovery, and a self-gift of clarity. And so you are welcome to place your hands anywhere on any of your lower chakras, your stomach, or your roots, or anywhere else. I recommend choosing your thighs, but stomach is a good second place, and sacrum is fine for third. We now are moving closer into an awareness of our physical body, releasing any points of tension and any places that might need help. If you are Reiki certified or not, you can send Reiki energy, or simply allow, if you are new to Reiki, an opening within your hands for the energy of the universe to flow out and into your body. You do not send your own energy through, you send the energy of the great beyond. To wherever you choose to hold and support today. And from here, we are removing the energy of others, the energy of our to-dos, the energy of the day-to-day, remembering that no one is here to judge us now. There is a way for us to be safe and in this moment, and to allow for ourselves to sit with that. Any people coming up, definitely remove them from these lower chakras because they do tend to get stuck. So spend some time with your conscious effort, either through Reiki or through power of body mind. You don't have to go too deep. With little to no effort, let them be cleansed, moved away. As we are moving deeper and deeper into an awareness in our legs and our feet, as the earth is rising to meet us and rising up within us too. Healing and filling any wounds with green earth healing, brown and red and black, filling in the cracks of our root chakra, our lower chakras, with the reminder that we are not here to please those who do not have our best interest at heart. We are here for ourselves, for our body, and for our minds. And we welcome in the green and the black and the brown and the red of the earth to heal us and protect us, so that each of the places in our body and our wounds are instead replaced with the warmth and guidance of this earthly lifeblood, welcoming in the kind of heartbeat, dancing beat, singing beat of all living things at once, to reinvigorate and energize our lower chakras, so that this earthly lifeblood reawakens our own groundedness with love and with magic. And you can allow this to come up as far as you want to into the body. Life coming to us up through the legs, up through stomach and sacrum, up through heart, earth energy in shoulders and arms, dropping tension. The neck and the throat. Special attention placed on the back of the neck and the nape, where the skull meets the spine, bringing in earth energy, earth lifeblood, earth heartbeat, into all of these places. Welcoming in the grounding energy of the earth into our third eye vision. And allowing it to even move up to that halo of our crown chakra above our head. With this energy, we are also welcoming in the grand magic of the earth, the grand healing. Abundance is with us, and abundance is with the earth. Abundance is with you, and abundance is with me. Earth is with you, earth is with us. Abundance empowers us and is with us through our everyday. And now let's firmly connect root chakra to throat chakra, or lower chakras to throat chakra. As we are creating a kind of energetic thread that is strong, like a rope tethering our voice to the truth of our grounded emotional self and our empowered emotional self. Through this Virgo full moon, we invite ourselves to live in the expression of the truth, of the stories that are held in our lower half. Knowing that we can always listen to ourselves. And that we also can ground our voice and find happiness in how we speak. We can combat flightiness and nerves and speak and react to our world with authenticity. We welcome all of these blessings through the earth and through the Virgo full moon above. reflecting within us a practicality and stability of blessings to our words and to our expression on this earth. Rooting down through all so that there is deep calm as we are here to support ourselves I send to you healing here to this connection of the throat chakra to the lower cells, as well as any chakras that you also feel might need anchoring. As we are acknowledging that we have brought ourselves here every day, and we can unlock within ourselves the ability and memory of our ability to speak and be yourself without concern of consequences. Healing you with smoky quartz and epidote. Welcoming earth energy to forever be implanted in our throat chakras. And opening the doorways as well to our thoughts, any connections to third eye, releasing all perspectives and voices of others, needs of others, needs to please others. Offering you healing, removal of any cords that keep you from being your grounded self, so that you are always grounded in the power of your earthing and your blood, your expression matching that grounded self. All of our energy expanding now as we are reclaiming the power and magic of the word, capital W, the word that is our mind, that is our will, that is our power. And grounding into holding our power, expressing it only when we choose to. and speaking up for ourselves and others when we need to. Sending you Reiki energy wherever you are in dream time or simply listening and receiving. Mind exists within body. Mind thinks, mind speaks, mind exists, mind grows. Throat to roots, crown to stomach. Our experience of this world is magical and revelatory. It is the knowledge that the entire universe is made up of earths and is made up of us. And so even when we cannot stand, we are a part of the ever-flowing life that is within all things. And we are at our highest and best selves, an expression of this life, always. This concludes the first meditation. And during the break, I'm going to share with you a little bit of an intermission song. I'm going to stop the audio share for now from my production director. Thank you. Yes, and if you would like to donate, you're welcome to. Yeah, 11, right? 8, 11, is it 11:11 for you? Wow, that's amazing. Here it's 8:11. Or you can sign up for the newsletter as well. Thank you all for being here, and I invite you to, if you can, stay for the second part of this meditation. You may stay in kind of meditative space, or if you need that break to kind of process, get some water. If you have your oils, now's a great time to anoint yourselves with a bit of, the way my teacher always taught me is you do both wrists, 1, 2, and then you do third eye, and you can do back of the neck or you can do around, but I also just do this. And please keep an eye out. We are about to launch my own brands of alchemical anointing oils. That'll be on Etsy, I believe. So keep an eye out. Sign up for the newsletter if you'd like to be a part of it. Now here is my own intermission music, which is a choir singing in the ancient Greek dialect spoken by the Amazons, or Pontos is the name of the language. And this is, I feel, very much what Artemis's voice was sounding like to me, in a way, as she comes with her nymphs. So I invite you to just listen. And as this finishes, I'll give you another moment or two, and then we'll go into our spiritual kind of welcoming in the deities and allowing for them to really kind of bring in that sort of ceremonial spiritual wisdom that we might want to see from this full moon. Thank you.
Ελλάδα φλεν ποτάμεν, συντρίχα στο
I'll just play another minute and then we'll stop. Thank you. I'm happy to share if anyone would like to listen to that in your own time. It's much longer, but I realize that I don't want you sitting here kind of just listening to music because we still have work to do, but wow, it brought a tear to my eye, so very affecting. Thank you all very much. And let's get started with the second meditation music, please. I'll stop my share. And yes, hearts, thank you to everyone. You would like the song? Sure, no problem. They're a choir, so they actually do a lot of music. Okay. Again, if you'd like to, please consider signing up for the newsletter if you'd like to keep up with me after this. And let's go ahead and get started. We are now beginning our ceremony. And so as we do so, we now honor the great powers that be and all that watch over us. The sun rises and the moon rises. We are returning to the mysticism of this moment. And we are welcoming in the great power of Virgo, of Mercury, of Artemis, and of this great moon that expands above our earthly energies. We are so grateful for this opportunity today to work not just with the spirits of old, but the spirits of the ancients and the spirits of all communities represented here tonight. I begin now with our prayer and great thanks for the powers that be, that they may watch over us and our visioning tonight into the great beyond. I call in the seven directions, the north, the place of the wisdom and of the ancestors, the east, the place of the rebirth and the new beginnings, the south, the place of our joy and of our magic, the place of the west and of our endings. I call in the below, the earth energy, and I call in the above, the star energy. And I call in the center, of each and every one of us in our hearts. I honor and call in your guides, your wisdom keepers, your animals, your light beings, your fairies and star beings, your ancestors in their wellness, ready to heal and support you, and all those helping spirits who have chosen to walk the path with you. The gods, the deities, and the elementals from beyond the veil who watch over you, as well as the crystals and plants on this earth here to support you. And you may notice any of these beings around you today as we do this work. I also call in my guides as well, Abu Ninarta, Great Capricorn, Warrior of the Earth. I call in Durga Ma Shakti Ma. I call in Ishtar, Ishtar, Gilgamesh, Enkidu, Shivaji, Freya, Sekhmet, Bast, Hathor, Osiris, Isis, the many great beings that watch over this earth and watch over us and watch over me through my channel for this community. Thank you. Finally, in this moment, I call in Mercury and Artemis. I now offer my prayers to Mercury, Thoth, Enki, Nabu, Hermes, Odin, Lords of the Path. Guide us on our way. Drive away that which would do us harm. Protect us from deceit, wherever it may be. Wise Mercurius, wonder worker, Lord of prosperity, make wealth easy to acquire in our minds, in our hearts. May abundance be with us. Make our paths easy to travel and lead us to happy destinations. We desire the help that you give your people. May you know the sincerity of our prayer, and may it find favor with you. And offering, I have two other prayers here to share. Glorious Mercury, be present here today, son of Pleiadian Jove, arbiter in peace and arms among the gods of the heavens, above and on earth, traveler on winged feet, you who enjoys the lyre and takes pleasure in whoever walks your path, you who has taught eloquent speech in all tongues. May every day be your feast day. And for great Artemis, I also sing thy praises. From the woodlands great, we call unto thee, we have answered you. In this dark of night, your hands have fed us, and we are full, huntress of the night, divine protectress, keeper of all mysteries. Let thy light flood with me, flood me with wisdom. Thy presence fill me, great goddess of moon and magic, mistress of deer and bear. Be my guide and inspiration. Teach me mystery, your mysteries. Lead me in your ways. For we have seen the cool, dark night, and we look to your answers. Amin. Ashe. Aho. Omadeo. Thank you, great spirits, for your help and support on this journey. We are opening ourselves now as this council to the melodious journey of what is meant to be as we return to the great heartbeat of the universe and open ourselves to the wisdom of the ancients. Artemis and Selene appear to us in their silver and gold moon chariot, queens of the light that shines in the night, of the gleam of the luminous moon, sisters of the sun and the dawn. This chariot is adorned with orbiting stars and asteroids and is pulled by winged horses with long manes. And so we are invited now to join these beings on this chariot and go to a place of a magical upgrade. And if you so choose, we may step on board so that we may fly. And as we are flying, we are reaching new interdimensional summits, leaving behind our illusions, and instead moving into the nurturing energy of the universe, all as seers and as workers of the magic and workers of the connections of this universe as they come together. As we are borne aloft through the clouds and stars, we now see ourselves reaching our descent and finding our way to our destination, a place of healing and magical wisdom that is for us to be uncovered today to the heart of our knowledge as Virgo full moon travelers. We are left to our temple tonight. We may not, and we will be introduced to it, but we are being opened to a place that is a temple for us. A sacred place. We see before us an open ground, and this open ground is surrounded by stone and mud boundary markers that are square and rectangular, like columns delineating a circle. And among these boundary markers are also crystal pillars of quartz and diamond and emerald and ruby. Everything is shining. Everything is old to the history of what has come before us, holding the wisdom of the magicians and hermits of Mercury, of Hermes Trismegistus, of Thoth, of Enki, of Nabu, and of Odin, a place of hermetic knowledge, and of the many philosophers who have helped to form and shape the magical world that we perceive, be they spirit or human. And at the same time, this place is timeless. It is from a creation beyond our understanding, a lightning chamber for our magic and wisdom. These pillars and boundary markers, so tall that we cannot see the sky above them, simply the central point at the center of this circle. And as we are looking more closely, we are seeing between these pillars and these boundary markers an open door to a massive reed hut woven together from the reeds of the marshes, from the gifts of the earth through water, held together through smoky air and fire. A reed hut that speaks to the ancient knowledge of the first river peoples, and especially the Mesopotamians, those who lived from the earth and returned to the earth. These are modifs, reed ceremonial houses maintained only by holy people, by magicians and hermits and practitioners of alchemy. And the door is open to us now. And so if we choose, and when we are ready, we may enter this healing temple, this healing ancient hut, for our healing, for our wisdom, for our activation. in this temple, there is a fire here. There are many tools of magic and of healing. Carvings and carving tools for creation of universe as we see and as we need. A place that is our ceremonial gathering and greeting space for the magic to now commence under the full moon. Mercury joins us now. He may come to us as the triple god, as Hermes, Mercury, Hermes Trismegistus, the Hoth, Nabu, Enki, Odin. I see him myself as Hermes first, the Hoth second, Enki, and the Hoth, and then as Odin. And Hermes is welcoming with us his power of the youth and of springtime on earth, fertility and rebirthing and relation to the holy changing of seasons on which we stand. Hermes coming with his caducus, the double serpented staff, and his winged heeled shoes. A youth full of vibrant energy, a traveler. The Hoth and Enki and Nabu coming as writers, as magicians, as judges. Ibis-headed man, great wisdom keepers. And Odin with his two ravens coming to us, one-eyed master of knowledge and wisdom. Of writing and of warriors. Beings of fertility, of death, of rebirth, of endings. Beings who maintain the universe and the communication between human and spirit. Beings who hold the veil of reality in place. And taking a moment to feel their power around you, however you may experience it. Mercurial energy, mercurial beings now invite you to rest here and to heal the body-mind. Inviting you to extend your aura out beyond your skin to about a hand's worth of space outside of the energy body, not very far, just to how far your soul may go. And allowing for your mind to exist outside of your body. And stay here holding this space, this awareness that is of your aura, of body, mind, of willpower, and of magic. This is precious to you. This is your power. You may hear activations of your higher calling, of your magic. And as you are seeing your spirit and your power, you are understanding that you are valuable, that you are enough, that you are appreciated, that you are growing. And with this growth now, Mercury reaches out and speaks to you for a message that is meant only for your ears, giving you a vision or a gift or an activation for this extension of your power. And as he speaks, you may feel that your field is growing and growing, and the concentration as it expands does not lose its power, only gains and increases in abundance. When he finishes, he comes closer to you now and offers you the embrace of a friend, offering to you the miracles of Mercury with kindness. He asks you to consider, why is Mercury related to the earth? Because through him is the connection of spirit and material. Through him, the boundaries are kept of the earthly realms. His road is the roads of the overworld, the underworld, and the upper world. And through him, The seasons change as the magic changes. Through him, we are the conduit that converts energy into matter. And so he reminds you that you are coming into your spiritual mastery and you are on your path of self-discovery. You are welcome to have this heightened state of awareness always through your self-discovery, from one moment to the next, and he gives you his blessing. And now Artemis appears. You may see Selene with her as well. She is shrouded in silver. Her robes are rough wrought, but beautiful and elegant. She comes carrying her bows and arrows, followed by her deer and her dogs and her bears and her nymphs. She's the huntress and the perpetual maiden. Though she has chosen to remain celibate, she regards you simply as pure as some may see her. For through her is her own existence and concentration of connection to fertility that spreads to each and every one of us every time the moon rises. My light just went on and off. She is like the Mother Mary, perpetually pure, not just for her status, but because she is a reminder of our great power and our perpetual purity of our heart, of our nonconformity, and of our ability to always be unchanged, no matter what we experience or who we come into contact with. And as this avatar of nonconformity, she is here open to you so that you may learn from her example. She now offers to you an opening of your third eye. And there may also be sacral activations for those looking to receive, as well as heart openings. She welcomes you through this opening of your third eye to remove the limitations that you yourself have placed in the way that you see things, in your personal viewpoint. She welcomes as well the removal of all others as she grounds you into your psychic intuition of this world, so that you are not in your way, others are not in your way, and you are instead grounded in your empowerment to see things how they really are at all times. Welcoming sacred boundaries. She says to you not to let your third eye be closed for anyone. Allow yourself the ability to feel excited as you were a child and released of all others who may make you feel that your excitement is inappropriate. You do not have to limit yourself because someone else wanted you to. Listening to any gifts, to any visions. You don't have to be afraid to look. You can recover. You do not have to fear the creation of your art and the artful life that is your creation every day as you participate in it and find your tools for alchemical success. We hold this sacred energy now in our ceremonial space under the full moon as Artemis and Mercury surround us, offering powerful activation and love, heart opening, happiness, and heart closing to all that keeps us from our grounding, from our expression, and from our vision. In the finality of this ceremony, we see now that there is a throne at the center of this reed hut, meant only for us, a place to sit and to receive our fully powerful activation. And so let us now take this place, this throne, meant for us as magicians and healers and medicine people, Above this throne is a sphere, and as we sit in it, it comes into our aura, growing so that we are becoming earthed, and so that our aura becomes protected by the blackness and the brownness and the redness of the earth and of the greenness of the springtime. On this throne, we are charged by a pure sphere of magic, of Virgo energy, of moon energy, of everything of the earth contained between us, contained in liminal space, and container to us, as we are one of many earths, all in one universe, feeling warmth and magical activation, moving deeply to balance us, as we are reunited and rewritten together to be pragmatic, to understand the natural order, and to be with the truth and the deep power in being here. As all the past is with us, all the ancestors, all of the anger and sadness and excitement, the war, the love, we share in all of it. We are the royalty of now. We are earthed in our royalty as we hold all things here on this earthen throne. Energy of earth with us, everything alive, everything beating simultaneously, one heart, one root, one seed. The natural order is the order of our hearts as one. And so as we are coming to a close, I invite you to receive any final energetic activations. In this magical throne space. And when it is time to return, I will begin to count down. Receive now your power, your royalty, and your earthen mysticism through all things. Let's take a final breath here together. And I will count us down from 10 to 0. And when we return to 0, we will be back from this chariot, back into this room, back into this place. Counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. With humble gratitude, I will now turn off the live stream. Thank you to those who participated on Facebook, and may we meet again under this grand alignment or any other one. I'm also going to stop the recording here.